recording. There it is. Okay, welcome. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Eileen. Alex, Petronila.
Hello.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are you doing today? Mhm.
Today
Fine.
it's a relaxed day, but yesterday and days before, it's really hard, really busy days.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you have an easy day today. That's great. And it's Friday, so that's even better, right?
Yes.
Look, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but to be honest, for me, this has been a really long week. Very long. Like I've been very busy, plus all the things that happened that I told you, right, with my car, you know, a lot of things going on. So
Yeah, the same for me. It's really long week because it was Tuesday. Oh my God. I want to be Friday, but it's not possible, right? Yeah, was a
yeah, I
busy
imagine
week.
a busy week. Absolutely. Yes, totally. Let me see. We have more people coming. Good. Well, the good thing is today is Friday, right? Those are good news. Hopefully next week can be a lot better, right? And even though, you know, even if the week was difficult, even if the week was hard, we are still here, we made it till the end, and that's the most important thing, right? Today, right, we're gonna have our quiz. As you know, the quiz is ready. Now we're gonna take it as we normally do, so don't worry. I know last Friday was not the easiest, right? Today we're gonna take it as we usually do. But I do want to say one more time, guys, read the instructions, okay, so that everything can be answered correctly. And attention, I'm gonna give you a general instruction for this test, all right? Don't forget, it's a general instruction for this test. Do not use capital letters, okay? Any of the answers need capital letters, right? Because all of the answers are like in between the sentences, like just completing sentences. So there's no need for capital letters. There's no need for punctuation. There's no need for extra spaces. So just to make things easier for you and for me, do not use any capital letters. Just write it the way it is. If you're taking the quiz on your cell phone, pay attention to that because cell phones normally have the initial letter capitalized automatically. So, you know, keep that into consideration. The quiz is pretty simple, pretty easy, but you have to read instructions, okay? Basically, it's about the causative verbs, okay? And the what is it? The need, the passive. What was the name of the topic? Passive, need to, something like that. I don't remember the exact name that I gave you about the topic, but that one. All right. And what else? When it comes to that part, the part that is about need to, right? Remember that we learned there are two ways, right? Like for example, the computer needs to be fixed, or the computer needs fixing. There you go. So there is a part, particularly in this quiz, about that, where you have to write the two versions. Okay. So it says, for example, number one, and there is a space for you to answer, and then it says, or you have to write the same sentence in the other way. Now that I'm thinking, what I didn't specify is which one goes first, but there is an example. I put an example. So follow the same order of the example. Mostly, para que lo sepan igual en general, the one that has ing, esas van a ser siempre las segundas. Okay? The ones that have ing, okay? For the quiz. Porque eso sí se me fue por alto, la verdad, escribir. Ya lo voy a escribir ahí quizá en la descripción. But the one that has ing is going to be the second one, okay? Anyways, there is an example. So just follow the example, okay? And you're going to be good. And then there's the reading and the listening part as usual. You know how that works, right? So it's going to be easy. Okay, so we're going to do that towards the end of the class as we normally do, okay? Let's see, what else? Also, I do want to remind you, next Monday, we are not going to have classes. We're going to postpone the class because I personally, you know, cannot be here. I have a medical appointment. So we're going to postpone it towards the end of the course. So just letting you know, you're going to have the day off on Monday. So we're going to have a long weekend. That's good, right? And we're going to recover that class at the end. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Another announcement. I think that's pretty much it. All right. So yeah, let's get to work. Okay. So yesterday, at the end of the class, you guys had to work on lesson D, which was the reading part. It was a very long reading, right? It was quite long. So, did you read it? Did you practice it? Hello?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Was it an easy reading or was it difficult?
So.
So. Okay. So I think, let's see. We are going to practice that in a moment with, you know, the reading part. But before we go with that, we have another exercise pending. We're gonna start with a short listening exercise. Okay. We will continue talking about fixing stuff. Oh, by the way, I just remembered. There is also a part for vocabulary on the quiz that is related to this exercise. No. Well, what is the exercise? This exercise. So there is a part for vocabulary that is kind of similar to this, right? It's just about selecting the right words. So I don't think you're gonna have problems with that, but just letting you know. Okay. So we're gonna do the listening part first, okay? So let's read the instructions. Maybe, Aileen, could you please help us reading the instructions in letter A?
Yes, very good. Listen to 4 people talk about things they are trying to fix. Number the picture 1 to 4. There is 1 extra picture.
Okay. Also, we're gonna do letter B, Christian.
Listen again. Do they solve problems? Write yes or no on the lines.
Okay, perfect. So basically, we're gonna say, okay, for example, this was number 1. Did they solve the problem? Yes. This was number 2. Did they solve the problem? No. All right, and so on. Okay. So let's listen. Here we go. Wait, let me share the audio here. Questions about the instructions, or are they clear? You're clear? Yeah. Okay, so pay attention, take some notes. Let's listen.
Page 71. 4. Listening and strategies. Fix it. A and B. Listen to 4 people talk about things they are trying to fix. 1.
You need some help?
Thanks. I'm having trouble with this. I can't get it back on.
What happened?
I don't know. It just fell off.
Huh. Maybe it was loose or something.
Oops. Dropped it again. It won't stay on.
Here, I'll do it for you. There.
Oh, thanks. I couldn't live without it. I have to carry so much stuff around for class. Well, thanks.
You're welcome. It wasn't that difficult.
2.
Oh,
Oh, shoot! That's Mom's favorite one.
It broke?
Yeah. Shoot. Just one piece broke off. Gotta fix it somehow.
Got any glue?
Maybe. In the kitchen? Kitchen cupboard.
I'll look. Here's some. Here you go.
Thanks. Can you do it?
No, you do it. You broke it.
Okay. Here. Hold this. That should do it. Can you tell?
Not really. It just looks like a little crack now.
It'll still hold water, I think. She uses it for her flowers.
Oh, it'll be fine. 3. What are you doing?
Nearly done. Just waiting to start it again.
It crashed? Why?
Don't know. It's a pain, though. It's doing it again. It gets to here, and then it gets stuck or something.
Uh-oh, doesn't sound good. Let me look. Can't promise I can help, but
Well, better than me.
software needs reloading, I think. Got the disk?
Yeah, here.
Okay, put it in. There, let's just start again. Oh, still not working. Maybe you should get someone to look at it. 4.
Ouch! Ow, that hurt. Just burned my finger.
Were you trying to light it?
Yes, but it's not working properly. I think the charcoal's wet. It's been outside and it rained yesterday. It's probably still damp. It needs to dry out.
Oh,
I have another idea. Let's put this on.
careful. Not too much, though. Give me another match. No, it's not lighting. Let's go indoors and do it. It's easier.
There you go, right? So a little long, right? It's a little long audio, but I think it was easy to identify and to know if they solved it or not. So first of all, let's analyze and let's identify which situations they were talking about. Can you tell me which was the first conversation? Was it the one with the vase, the car, the barbecue, the bike, or the computer?
The bike. The bike.
The bike.
Right.
The bike.
I think it's the bike.
Number one was about the bike. What happened, specifically with the bike? Can you tell me?
The bus was falling.
The what?
The basket
Okay.
needs some adjustment.
Adjustment. The basket, correct, right? It was falling off, right? It was not staying in place, correct. Okay, which was the second conversation?
The jar.
vase,
The vase. All right. What happened to the vase? It broke. All right, it broke. And she said that was, why was she worried? Because that was
Her mom's favorite.
her mom's favorite, correct. Okay, which was the third conversation?
the computer.
The computer.
Yes.
What happened in this particular conversation?
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working? Okay. And which was the last one, number 4?
The barbecue.
The bar.
Barbecue. All right, so basically the one with the car, it didn't appear in the conversation. So what happened with this, with the number 4? What was the problem?
It was wet.
What?
Was wet.
It was wet. What was wet?
The grill was wet.
The grill?
So
Not,
that's why.
not the grill. Like they didn't say it was that. But it's the thing that is inside it. You know how it's, what it's called? Nope.
No. No.
The charcoal. The charcoal. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that black stuff? Uy,
Mm-hmm.
the black stuff that you put inside to light it. All right. Good. All right. So now let's go one by one. In the first conversation, the one about the bicycle in the basket, were they able to fix it?
Yes.
How did they fix it? Do you know? Any idea how they fixed it?
I think he tightened it.
He tightened it. He tightened some screws, right? Like you could hear the tools. Perfect. Which was the second one? I mean, the second one was the vase, but did they fix it? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. How did they fix it?
They put some glue.
They put some glue on it. All right. What about number 3? Did they fix it?
No. No.
No. Why not? Or what did they say about it?
They need an expert.
Okay. They need an expert to see if they can find it. And what about number 4? Did they fix the issue?
No.
No. And what are they going to do? What are they going to try?
They will try to do it indoors.
Okay, can you say it again? More energy? I couldn't hear you well.
And they will try to do it indoors.
There you go. They're gonna try to do it indoors, inside. Maybe that helps. Okay, correct. There you go. All right, and notice as well, something else is how, would you say that these conversations were formal or informal? What would you say? Were they formal or informal?
Informal.
Informal, right? If you paid attention, they were using like the techniques we learned yesterday about, you know, omitting some words. They weren't saying, do you need some help? No, they were saying, you need some help. No, sorry, need some help, right? Need some help, for example. You okay? All right, good. So there you go. Very good, good listening, good job. All right. Do you have any questions about this conversation or this topic in general? We're good?
Yes.
Perfect.
Very good.
We're good. All right. So now we're gonna move on and we'll try with the reading, okay? First of all, lesson D is called Thinking Outside the Box. When we say thinking outside the box, what do we mean by that? Any idea?
Outside of our own comfort zone.
Okay, to get out of the comfort zone. Okay. Anything else?
Think different.
Think differently. Differently. All right.
Give different or uncommon solutions for problems.
Okay, good. All right. So we're going to answer one question first in letter A. I'm going to ask, let me see. Altagracia, can you please read the question in letter A?
After reading.
Yes, but the instructions in letter A.
Okay. What's the best way to solve problems? Do you do any of these things? Tell the class.
All right. And we have different options, all right? Eric, could you please help us reading the options? Eric, hello.
Sorry, teacher. My mom was talking to me.
Okay.
Just read.
Yes, read the options.
Okay. Number 1, ignore the problem and do something else.
Mhm.
Number 2, brainstorm or make a mind map.
Okay.
Number 3, watch your favorite comedy before you start. 4, try different solutions until one works. 5, concentrate on the problem in a quiet place. And 6, take enough time to think of ideas.
There you go. Perfect. So in your opinion, guys, which is the best way to solve problems? You can select more than one. Can you tell me which of these is a good technique?
Brainstorm or make a mind map.
Okay, very good. First of all, what is brainstorm? What do you understand by brainstorm?
Many
Ideas.
Okay.
thinking about a lot of ideas.
Okay, all right. Like everybody giving ideas. Okay. What would you say that is a mind map? What is a mind map?
Conceptual map.
Okay, I'm sorry. First of all, what did you say, Altagracia?
Conceptual map. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Alex, what did you say?
Make a resume with the option and the topic around the option that we need to solve.
Okay, wait, you said make a resume?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the right word?
Summary.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, exactly. Remember, a resume, I'm gonna put a line here because I cannot put the tildes in my keyboard. A resume, okay. What is a resume? A resume is the same as your CV, okay? Your curriculum, right? That is a resume. Your curriculum, your CV, your when you go and ask for a job, you hand in a resume, okay, where you put your experience and your skills and everything. But the word that you are looking for is a
Summary.
A summary. Okay, this is the word that we're looking for. A summary. Okay, what is a summary? A summary is when you put a lot of information in a short way, right? Good. Okay, correct. What is another technique that you could try to solve problems from this?
Try different solution until one works.
Try different solutions until one works. Okay, like trial and error, right? Do you think that's a good technique? Do you guys think that's a good technique? Hello?
To me,
Yes.
no.
Okay, Crisia says no. Why not, Crisia?
to me, it's waste time. Try and try.
You're wasting time. Ah, okay, very good. All right. And somebody said yes. Why yes?
That was me.
Mhm.
I think this is a good idea because if we focus just in one option, and I don't know if this option that we chose doesn't work, and maybe we can give up from to do the thing.
Okay, okay. All right. Good.
According to the reading, it's better watch your favorite comedy or something like that.
It is better.
Yes,
Okay, all
better.
right. Oh, because you already
think.
read the text, so you can cheat here. Okay, perfect. So now, you know, before we go with the actual reading, I want to hear your own personal, you know, opinions. Whenever you have a difficult problem, a situation that is not, you know, ideal, what is your technique? Honestly, are you the type of, you know, finding solutions quickly, you know, let's get to work, let's get to it? Or are you more the type of, you know, I stress over it too much and, you know, I don't do anything? Which side are you on? Can you tell me?
Well, for me, it depends of the problem. For example, sometimes I just think about a solution and start working, but some other times I just got a lot stressed and start like watching my favorite TV show, and then I start working.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you postpone it a little.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
as I told you, it depends of the type of problem.
Okay, all right. And the rest, what do you do?
Yes, teacher, in my case, when I have a problem, I think that as my friend had told you, it depends of the problem, because if the problem is not very, very strong, the problem is not,
Like
I
urgent?
mean, yes, urgent, I think that I can, oh my God, how can I say this? I can forget the problem a little bit, and I can try to find a solution late. But if the problem is very, I have to find a solution very quickly, I try to think what to do. And also I am accustomed to ask questions to people that has the same experience that I'm having now. That's what I do.
That's I believe that's a very good technique, right? When you go to other people that have gone through that before and you ask them, right? Like, what did they do? How did they fix that issue? That's good to get feedback from others. All right. Nice.
Yeah, this is the same that I do, because I have my WhatsApp group from people from INSAFOR. So when I have an issue in certain matters, I ask them for help. Last time I was having problem with the computer, and I called somebody, and you know, suddenly came this girl and helped me out, and she asked me for a call, and she was managing my computer from, she was in San Miguel. So it was awesome, because she did a lot of things that how to do it, and she did it in 1 hour, and everything was established, some programs and everything, and it was amazing. So when I don't know what to do, I ask for help, because sometimes you can, if you don't have the knowledge, you can damage your own system computer.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So that was great. That was great that she was able to help you remotely. All right, that's really good. You know, I honestly, whenever it comes to technology and like complex things, like not simple, turn it off and turn it on again, right? But when something is a little more complex, I really don't know a lot about that. And I am that kind of person that's like, I'd rather not mess it up even more, right? I prefer to go with an expert rather than trying things myself, because I feel like I'm gonna make it worse. But that's nice. Let's see what else. I personally myself, I'm that kind. I'm kind of like a 50-50, because normally I am like I get this feeling that, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna solve this? This is such a big deal. But at the same time, something inside me also tells me, you know what, it's not gonna be such a big deal. Like, you're gonna be able to fix it, right? So I'm in that 50-50, because I think that in the past, I used to be more like that, like more like I would stress out a lot more. I would be like that. But then a couple of years ago, I started, trying to take on a little more of a relaxed take on life, right? And think like, if I can solve it, then I'll solve it. If I cannot solve it, then why would I stress over it, right? So that's my philosophy nowadays. However, it's always a little difficult, to remember that. For example, with this problem that I've been having with my car, right? Like, there's a lot of things like, oh my God, I mean, I'm gonna have to spend so much money. It's gonna take me a lot of time. I have to work. I don't have time, and there's a lot of things. But then at the same time, I remind myself, like, just look for a solution. Just go with a mechanic, ask them. Probably it's not probably gonna be that much, right? And there's gonna be solutions. Like, that's what I always remind myself about. I mean, you're gonna fix it, right? And yeah, you're probably gonna have to spend some money, but that's the price of having a car. Like, that by having a car, you're gonna have to spend money on it, right? So sometimes you just have to remind yourself, hey, that's life, and things happen, right? So just find a solution. So yeah, I think that's my take on things. And it also helps that you are quite confident, because that's another thing. I do try to remind myself, and that is something that I always tell all my students. You have to be confident whenever you have a difficult situation, a problem at work or whatever. I mean, just think, there's nothing you cannot solve. You have the knowledge, you can solve it, you can ask, right? In my case, being a teacher, my experience, that every project, every institution, every place has different techniques, right? And I personally, you probably didn't know this, but I don't have just one job, right? I actually work with different institutions and different projects. So sometimes it's like, okay, you're gonna start with this, and things are completely different. Things are totally different. And sometimes the challenge is like, wow, I mean, I have to learn everything again. But at the same time, it's a matter of confidence. You say, I mean, just teach me, I'll be able to do it. And at the end of the day, you do it, right? So it's great that you also can have that mentality, all right? Anyways, we don't have a lot of time, so we're gonna go with the reading. But before we do that, I'd like to take the screenshot for today. So please, everyone, cameras turned on. Okay, give me a moment. All right, 1 second, please. All right, there it is. Perfect. Okay, good. So we're gonna do the reading. What are we gonna do? Let's see. What we're gonna do is we're going to start reading. All right, I need everybody to follow the reading because at some point I'm going to mention your name and you have to continue the reading where the previous person stopped. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go with the reading. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry guys, there was someone at the door. Okay, so as I told you, right, we're gonna start reading and I'll be mentioning your names. So the person that I mentioned has to continue reading where the previous person stopped. So let's begin with the developing your problem solving skills. Edwin, you can start.
Okay, can you solve these two classic puzzles? Number one, you have a candle and a box of thumbtacks. How can you tack the candle up to the wall? Two ropes hang from the ceiling. They are too far apart for you to hold both ropes at the same time. They need to be tied together. How can you tie them?
Okay, stop. Before we go with the reading, because we have these two puzzles, I know that you have, I think I sent you the answers yesterday, didn't I? You know the answers, but
Yeah.
before checking the answers, did you know how to solve these puzzles? Yes or no? Or did you have to check the answers?
No.
No? Okay, so we're gonna check that later. Let's go with the reading first. All right, Edwin, you can continue. Daily life.
Daily life presents us with a huge variety of problems, many of which seem to have no ready or easy solutions, from deciding which apartment to rent to figuring it out, how to tackle an assignment at school or work, or even handling relationships day in and day out. We have to find ways of solving our problems. Techniques like brainstorming, mind mapping, or listening to the pros and cons or different options take an analytical approach and involve left brain thinking. While these techniques can be successful and lead to solutions. Good problem solvers tend to switch between this analytical left brain thinking and a more creative and emotional right brain approach.
Okay, Fatima, can you please continue?
However, recent research into the brain's behavior while problem solving suggests that traditional technique for solving problems, concentrating on a task and focusing on finding a solution, may not be the most effective after all. What might be more significant is simply inspiration, that sudden aha moment when the solution to a problem appears.
Okay, Mario Ignacio, continue.
Neuroscientist Mark Beeman's studies into brain activity show that inspiration happens in the brain's right temporal lobe, an area that isn't associated with concentration at all. It's an area of the brain that's responsible for facial recognition, connecting memories, and understanding language. Brain imaging scans show a constant low frequency activity in this area, indicating that it's always quietly working in the background of our minds. Beeman suggests that when you're not focused on a particular task, for example, when you're relaxing before bed or taking a walk, the constant brain chatter quiets and the temporal lobe can make connections between distant, unrelated memories. Less than 2 seconds before inspiration hits, there's a burst of high frequency activity and eureka, you have a solution.
Okay. Now that, let's see, let's continue, please. Amanda.
Now that scientists know where problem solving happens, they are beginning to understand how to improve it. In text, people solve problems less after watching funny videos than after watching boring or scary movies. This is probably because the people who were watching the funny videos were more relaxed, thus allowing the temporal lobe to perform more effectively.
Wendy, continue. People
were also more likely to solve the puzzle in a aha moment than by analysis. Analysis? Yeah. Beeman suggests this is because when people are happy, their brain notices a wider range of information.
Okay. Finish it, please, Xiomara.
The conclusion seems to be that if you want to solve a problem, don't focus on it. Let your brain be quiet and the answer might arrive in a sudden flash of inspiration. Now try activate the problems in the box again. Aha, did it work?
Okay, so you have the answers here. I'm not gonna show you the answers again. All right, so before we go with the actual reading and correcting some details, it's very interesting what this article says about problem solving. Do you agree with it? Or not?
Yes.
Okay, so that aha moment is not something that, you know, is made up on this article. That's actually a very you know, recognized thing. That aha moment that happens when, you know, you are not even trying. I don't know if that has happened to you. It has happened to me many times, right? Like, you know, in that specific moment, that particular moment, you're not even trying to solve the problem, but then out of, you know, anywhere, you get a solution, right? Like you're probably laying in bed, about to go to sleep, and then suddenly, man, that's how I should solve this, right? That's the solution I've been looking for, right? Maybe you are just, drinking some coffee, relaxing for a moment, and then suddenly you get the solution. And when you were at work trying to think about it, nothing, right? So do you think that is actually true? Does that actually happen, that sometimes solutions get to you when you are more relaxed? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes, that happened to me several times, but there was this time that I had a math problem in the university, and I was trying to do it well. All the people was in the class was trying to do it, and nobody had the solution. So at the end, I was with the problem like 4 days, and I was sleeping at night around 2 or 3 a.m. And suddenly, I don't know, like a dream, I wake up and started to write down the solution, and I fall asleep. In the morning, I saw it and I was astonished, and I say, "What? How come? I didn't know how to. This came this way, but that was the solution." And another time in the same topic, I was taking a shower, and suddenly the problem came to my mind, and the solution was handy, and I go down and I was all wet. So that's happened to me a lot of times.
That has happened to me too. Some people, some of my friends, I have told them this, and they sometimes laugh. But for me, I love taking showers. Like, it's super relaxing for me. Maybe it's because I hate, hot weather. So, for me, that's like super relaxing. And sometimes it has happened to me many times that when I'm in the shower, when I'm, just relaxing, just enjoying a bath with cold water, right? Things come to your mind, right? Like inspiration arrives, and it's great. It's great that that happens. Okay, so I would
Yeah,
just like, okay.
And the opposite, I think the stress makes a role important role in the work in our minds, because if you're stressed, you have very few possibilities of have a solution, yeah, for a problem, I think, because your mind is a kind of locked.
Exactly. You when you are like, trying too hard, you get blocked. That happens, right? Good. So we're going to correct a couple of details on this reading, guys, that I heard. So let's see. First of all, this word, how do we pronounce it?
Attach.
Attach. Not attack, right? But attach. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a candle and a box of thumbtacks. How can you attach the candle to the wall? Right? Good. So let's see. Another word that I want to correct. Let me see. What is it? Where is it? Oh my God. Okay, it's here. How do we pronounce that?
Figuring out.
There you go.
Figure
Perfect.
it out.
Figuring out. Figuring out. Do you understand what is the meaning of figuring out?
It's like investigate.
Okay, yeah, like basically to find a solution, right? That's what it means. All right. And then we have, let me see here.
Techniques.
Techniques.
Edwin?
Techniques.
There you go. techniques. All right. Techniques. Yes. Well, these techniques can be successful, etc. Techniques. Okay. All right. Another word that I would like to, let me see. Another word that I would like to discuss was this one. How do we pronounce it?
Research.
Research. Okay. Research. Research. Okay. Research. Let's see. What else? Another one. I think afterwards we had some pretty good pronunciation, but there was one expression around here. What is it? Hold on. Okay, so basically this expression here. Do you know how to pronounce it?
Eureka.
Eureka, like that. Eureka. Okay. Do you know what that means? Eureka.
Like I got it. Like,
It is an expression that you use when you find something that you were looking for. All right. In this particular case, we're talking about a solution. Eureka, you found it. Okay. That's what it means. Okay. And the other one that I would like to clarify is, let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. How do you pronounce it?
Effectively.
Effectively. All right. Effectively. Effectively. Okay. Very good. There you go. Okay, so nice. Very nice reading, you guys. All right. Of course, you already practiced it. Give me a moment. All right, so that's great. Okay, good reading. Do you have any questions before we move on? No? Okay, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the quiz, all right? So as usual, you're gonna have the next part of the class for answering, not for answering, but for taking the quiz. All right, let me go ahead and post it right now on Schoology. Just give me a moment. So please, everybody, access right now to Schoology. So just remember one more time, the instructions I was giving you at the beginning of the class. Do not use any capital letters. It's not necessary. Do not use any punctuation. It's also not necessary, right? Just follow the instructions. Follow the instructions, right? And do what you always do. Okay? Is it clear? Are you ready to take the test?